Hello everybody, today I'm going to show you this Evolve HVAC system that I have in my hotel room. Now as you can see, this is one of those very tall units that's on the wall. So if I point the camera sideways, you can see how big it is. It pretty much goes from the ceiling all the way down the floor. So that's pretty big. And other than the thermostat, this happens to be the same unit as the unit at the Foxwoods, specifically the Grand Pico. The vent is exactly the same, except I feel like this one was not installed as well because the adjustable things on the outside are really flimsy, but on the inside they're fixed. So yeah, and they have these screws that look like they've seen better days. And here's the main part of the unit with the intake vent. And let's see what we can see inside the intake vent. Yeah, you can see there's a filter. And besides that, there's really not much else. There's not really much else to see in there. For some reason, even when the unit's off, there's still a slight whirring noise that comes from the intake vent. I don't know why, but on these units, the intake vent is always facing down. Huh. But yeah. What the heck? I just heard some weird noise. Anyway, and here's the view from the 6th floor of the Hilton Hotel in Melbourne, Florida. You can see way over there is the air traffic control tower for Melbourne Airport. So, yeah. So let's take a look at the thermostat. So it's got these 3 buttons. This is the on-off button, the fan mode button, the fan speed button, and I think this changes the display from Fahrenheit to Celsius, if I recall correctly. And this changes the temperature, and these are, I guess, like LEDs that light up, indicator LEDs. I don't know what they're for, but yeah, it's currently set to 72 degrees. And the fan mode is set to auto, meaning it will change from cooling to heating depending on the temperature of the room. So, yeah, there's not really much else to see, so we'll go ahead and turn it on now. We'll start with low. Oh, I have to press it again. There we go. You can see there is an Indiglow. You can see the room temperature is 72, and it is also set to 72. Excuse me. It blows a pretty good amount of air, and it gets really cold. This thing cools off the room quite nicely. Please ignore the noisy people in the hallway. Huh. So you can see the Indiglow just turned off. And I think there's a green light over here that turns on when the temperature gets above or below the set. So like if you have it on the auto setting and it turns on because of the temperature that it senses, then the light will turn on. I think it's green for cooling and red for heating, if I recall correctly. And they can change the temperature here, 73, 71, and then when you're done setting the temperature, you can either hit done or you can just wait and it'll go back. You can see it is on auto mode. You can change it to heat, cool. I like to leave it on auto. And this Evolve brand I've never heard of before, so I guess this is kind of a first. One of the major complaints I have about this unit is that the air that comes out is a little stinky. So that's kind of a pain. Let's see if we can see what's on the inside of the outtake vent with my flashlight. Hold on. There we go. You can see it's just pretty much metal inside there. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. But yeah, there you go. And we'll go ahead and put it on medium now. There we go, now it says med fan. And in Celsius, the temperature is 22 degrees. Oh. So I guess if you if you press this, it defaults to 68 degrees, which is really weird. Let me change that. Interesting. Yeah, see, now the green light turned off. But it's going to stay on because I have it on the constant setting. Again, please ignore the noisy people in the hallway. If I go to the entrance of the room, you can hear it's pretty quiet. So, that's nice. And obviously, the whirring noise is louder now because the unit is actually on. And the vent is actually kind of dusty. You can see there's some paint coming off right there. And you can see, if you look on the side, you can see it is mounted rather poorly. Like I can actually stick my finger behind here. So, oh well. And it's got these weird screws. They have like, they're flathead screws, but they have these weird arrows going through them. So that's kind of interesting. I like the wall design here. Yeah, it blows a little more air now. The air from this thing gets extremely cold. This thing works very well. And let's go ahead and put it on high now. And now, as you can hear, it starts to make a little bit of a humming noise. And it blows a lot of air, but it's still very quiet. So, for the verdict, I really like this unit. I think it works really well. So, yeah. And, there's the, I don't know why it looks blue on the camera, because in real life it's actually white. Here, let me show you if you hit done, see it just goes back. Or you could just wait, because it's on a timer. Give it a second, and you can see it goes back to normal. So yeah, I like the thermostat. It's very modern. And we'll go ahead and turn it off now. So, that was the Evolve HVAC system in my hotel room. Peace out.